Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. My name is Paige. If you're new here, welcome. What's up? Thanks for joining me. Today's video I am showing you how I do my makeup every single day. It is very rare for me to change up my makeup routine. So I show you guys what I do. I give you a couple tips and tricks. I also show you a couple different product options for each thing based on skin type, based on the look you're going for. So if you're interested, just keep watching. We're just gonna jump right into it because I have to get ready. Okay guys, so we are just going to get started. I hit my elbow. You know the drill by now. I keep my mirror down here below, so if I'm looking down, that is why. And you also know, if you've seen any of my other makeup tutorials, I think I have like 6 on my channel or maybe 5, I don't know. I'm not the greatest at explaining what I'm doing, but I have had requests to do literally my everyday makeup routine. So I am getting ready to go into work and I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I use a witch hazel clarifying toner, and then this is just a little jar of reusable cotton rounds. I got both of these at TJ's. Some people say don't get the cosmetics at TJ's. I have no problem with it. I actually really like this. Okay, my next step is to go in with a moisturizer. I always moisturize, especially in the winter before I do my makeup. And right now my current favorite is the Garnier Skin Active Moisture Rescue Refreshing Gel Cream. And then I just rub it in. It has a really soft scent to it, but I like it because it doesn't feel like a normal moisturizer. Like, I almost want to say it doesn't feel like it sinks into the skin, but that sounds bad. It's very, I mean, it's a gel. It's not a cream. It's a gel moisturizer. So I feel like it makes for a good base for your makeup. Like, it helps just have that, like, extra layer without making it look. The only thing I will occasionally do, and it's only if I have, like, extra time or if I'm really, like, kind of just putzing around doing my makeup in the morning, I will occasionally put on the Mercier Foundation Primer Radiance. Occasionally, like, if I have extra time, so I will today because I'm really not in a rush. Obviously, I'm filming a video. I will put this on. Now, I do not do this every day. This is not a necessary step in my makeup routine. Like, I'd say I maybe do this. I maybe put on a primer 1 out of every 10 days that I do my makeup. So it really is not a must-have step. I actually just bought this primer to use for my wedding. So after you do that, then you obviously, I go into foundation. The foundation I have been using every day. I've actually been going back and forth between 2, and literally I have used the same foundation, not obviously the same bottle of foundation, but the same kind of foundation since my very first video on YouTube I've ever posted, and it is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. Currently I am the shade 128. I love this. It will probably forever be my favorite foundation. I have yet to find one that works better with my skin. I don't have huge pores, but it's enough to smooth it out. And the color match is always perfect. It doesn't oxidize too much. It's like the perfect amount. You can build it up if you want. It is just everything I've ever looked for in foundation is in this bottle. Like, let me show you. Like, okay, this is all I can really hold because I don't want to drop any. These are all of the same foundation, guys. Like, in every single shade. And I've got, like, I literally have more in here still. Like, I have so many of these, guys. I just switch them out, like, based on my color. This is my all-time favorite foundation, and I cannot recommend it enough. Another one I use, and I use this one when I am not working long days, or like if I'm just getting ready, like Saturdays I only work 7:30 to 1, I'll put this on. If I'm just getting ready to, like, run errands, I use this just because it is more breathable. Also, if you hear that jingling, that's my dog just crawling around behind me. It is more breathable. So like today I'm only going in for 1 client, so I'm actually going to use this foundation today. But any other day, like any actual proper work day I have, like that I'm actually getting ready for an extended amount of time, like I go to work for 12 hours a day, guys, and this holds up. Like I could come home after a 12-hour day of work and then go back out and then I would still look good. Like I would not have to touch my makeup up. So I love this foundation, and I cannot recommend it enough. Even though I'm not using it today, we're going to use the It Cosmetics CC cream. So yeah, for today, because I'm not really doing much today, I just want more of like a light coverage on my face, I'm going to use the CC cream on my skin. And I usually just do like half a pump on each side. And I'm going to go in with my Morphe M439 brush, and I honestly just kind of pull this around before I actually blend it in. I just like it to be everywhere it needs to be before I press it in. And then I just buff it in. Another thing that changes on a day-to-day with my makeup routine is whether I use a sponge or a brush. Now concealer, I always use a sponge, so you can see that just kind of evens everything out just enough. It's like I can still see like some blemishes through there. I can still see like under my eyes needs some concealer. So then I go in with concealer, and I have been going back and forth actually between 3 concealers. Honestly, it just depends on like what I am feeling like that day and how dark my under eyes are looking. Like for just an everyday at home, like my no makeup looks, I love the Maybelline Fit Me. Sometimes this isn't enough, like it doesn't have enough coverage for me, so I will either go in with the Shape Tape concealer or the Born This Way sculpting concealer. Either or, I love them both. I find that the Shape Tape is a little bit more full coverage, so I honestly don't have a preference. I just use one of these 3 every day. Sometimes I use 2 out of the 3. So like for today, since my foundation is a little dark, I'm going to go in with the lightest one that I have, and that is my Shape Tape. And I will just pop a little up there. And then just any spots I have that need concealed. And then I take my damp Real Techniques Beauty Sponge and just blend that in. Okay, so once I have it all blended out and evenly blended, I usually just swap ends and just kind of make sure my foundation is nice and smooth. I don't have any brush lines or anything. So I'm just very gently tapping, and then it also helps make sure that your concealer and foundation, or BB cream in our case, have melted into one. You have all of your foundation and concealer blended into one. I then go in with setting powder, and my favorite setting powder is the Cover FX Translucent Light Setting Powder. I actually took the sifter out of it. I do this with all of my loose powders. I just think the sifter makes it even more messy. So I make sure I don't have any fine or any, creasing or anything going on. I then just dip my wet sponge down in, and then I press it into my skin. And then I just apply it on my T-zone. I don't apply it on my entire face, just my T-zone, nothing crazy. And then I actually go back over and kind of press it in some. I don't want to say this is like a proper bake, because it's not. It's just how I set my skin anymore. It's just the way it works best for my long work days. I've actually been thinking about doing like an entire video explaining how I make my makeup last for long work days. Anyway, then I just take like literally a big fluffy brush with like nothing on and just dust all of that off. When you're dusting it off, I kind of bring it down like where I didn't set the rest of my face, if that makes sense. So my favorite thing that I've been using is the Bronze Squad Cheek Leaders palette. This is from Benefit. This is the best thing I've ever purchased in my life. It has everything. Like when I travel, I only take this. It has the Hoola Caramel. It has the Hoola Original. We've got the Coralista blush. I think this is what, Gold Rush blush. I really like this one in the winter. And then it has the Cookie Highlighter. Like, this is my ride or die makeup palette when it comes to doing anything on my face. I love it. So I take my big fluffy brush and I just go in between Hoola and Hoola Caramel. And then I just pop it in here. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I'm like a bronzer fanatic. I just can't help it. I like looking tan. I am naturally tan, especially in the winter. I get very white. So I like to compensate and pretend that I'm not as pale as I am. Always bring a little on that dub chin, you know, we don't want that. And then honestly, like some days if I feel like I just need a little bit more definition, I will then go in with my Morphe M405 brush and do the same thing and just kind of keep it a little bit more chiseled where I'm putting it.
Okay, I will say I love Morphe, but I feel like nobody talks about how much their brushes actually shine. Like, that's the thesis.
So once that is on and you're looking like a chickie that's got too much bronzer on, that's when you know you're done. Also, what I do with this smaller brush, I don't dip it again. I do just kind of run it on the edges of my nose just to make my nose look not as white. So your next step is to do your blush. I have, again, 3 different blushes I use depending on the day. I have just been getting into like stick blushes and stick products. I have never really used them before, but not that long ago I got the ColourPop blush sticks, and I really like the shade Pretty Things. I really like the way my makeup looks when I use it. Honestly, I just forget to use it. So I love this guy, I love this, and when I do use a stick blush, I put it on before I put any powder on my face. I use it and then I still put a powder blush on top after, but I forgot to do that today, so obviously we're not going to do that. So the blush I use the most often is the Milani Baked blush in the shade Luminoso number 5, and I use the Morphe E4 brush, and I just put that right above my bronzer. I really like this shade because it gives like a glow from within. So this is usually the step where I would notice occasionally that, you know, hey, my under eyes are looking kind of just like blah, like not enough, and I will go in with the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contour Palette. This is my dupe for the yellow tone in the Shade and Light palette, because I've gone through so many of those, and I tried this at the drugstore once and I've used it ever since. So I literally just put that in the same places I would have put my concealer. It just brightens up the under eye. And then usually what I do, I don't dip again, but I will take my blush brush and just put the blush back where it belongs, because you kind of cover it up a little bit, but it's also making it all kind of melt together. And okay, the next step for your face base is to highlight. I use the same highlighter every single day, and it is the Ofra highlighter in a Rodeo Drive. It is beautiful. I mean, sis, like, come on. That is beautiful. It's like soft, it's creamy, it's not too gold, it's not too white, it's not too pink. It is perfect. So I find that I like to apply this best with a fan brush. I was using the Morphe M501, the brush that literally everybody uses, and I wasn't loving the way it applied this bronzer in particular. It made it look more sparkly rather than glowy, and I want to look glowy. I'm not really about a nice sparkle. I just like to like look alive, you know? And this highlighter just does the trick. And I just pop a little above my eyebrow, always on the nose, in between, above the lip. Okay, so this is usually the part where I will set my face for the first time. Now I have been using, honestly, I use anything. There's times where I will even like run out of something and I'm like, okay, I have nothing, and I will put water in one of these guys and spritz my face. I don't use it for the purpose of setting my makeup for longevity. I use it for melting it together is the best way to put it. So this is usually when I spray it. So right now I have this Grace and Stella Spray All Day Rose Hydrating Facial Spray, and I just spray this all over, and then I have a little fan that I use to dry my face. Like when water is just fine. So then what I do is take my sponge. It's pretty dry now. There's just a little bit of dewiness, and I will just lightly tap that. I try to find like the cleanest side on my sponge and just kind of tap everything together, like on my entire face. And that is probably my biggest tip when people ask me like, how like are you wearing makeup without looking like you have a ton of makeup on? That is my trick, girlfriend. Drench your face and then lightly pat it all together. It just like melts it all to one, and it's incredible. The eyeshadow palette I use every single day is the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics. I use this, I'm not kidding when I say every single day, and the colors I use are these two on my eyelid. I use this one on my inner corner brow bone, and I use these two mixed together for my eyeliner. We are first going to go in with the lighter brown shade I showed you, and that is Faith. And I am taking it on a Morphe M441 brush, and I just kind of put that in my crease, but also like all over the whole eyelid. I just make sure I am blending it as we go up. So So honestly, like on a day-to-day, I know it looks like I do a lot of steps, but for a daily like basis, I can do my full face of makeup, everything I'm showing you today, in 20 minutes. That is how long I allot myself to do my makeup in the morning. My hair takes me 10 minutes, so I can do my hair, makeup, and walk out the door in 30 minutes. I give myself an hour to get ready because I like to drink my coffee, I like to read my Bible, and it takes me a little bit to pick out my outfit. But like once you do this, it seems like a lot, but it's so like boom, boom, boom to me that I do it. I can be ready in 30 minutes. Anyway, I'm switching my brush now to a little bit of a smaller, denser Morphe brush, and I'm going to use the Morphe M433, kind of bring it up, and then I usually will switch back to the brush I used before and just kind of blend those two together. Okay, so that's literally all I do for my eyeshadow. Then I will highlight my inner corner and brow, and I'm using the shade Blow right onto the front of the lid. And then right under the brow. Take my Morphe M431 little pencil brush into a mix of the light and dark brown and put it under my lash line. This is ugly, so I'm probably not going to show you this. This is all I do. Then occasionally, if I'm feeling like, usually if my eye makeup isn't as dark, I will go in and then apply an eyeliner. I probably wouldn't today if I wasn't showing you guys, but I just take the Morphe M410 and I will dip it in that dark brown and that grayish black shade. And then whatever's left, I will bring and put right under here, just to make sure everything is even. And then I go back in with that pencil brush we used for the lower lash line and just kind of buff that out and blend out the edges. And same with the bottom, I just run this under one more time. I like it, it's what I do, it's how I do my quick eyeliner. Honestly, like, I couldn't even tell you last time I did like proper eyeliner that wasn't that. Anyway, so next we are going to do mascara. I have been using the Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect from Maybelline. After that, we're almost done. I'm going to do my eyebrows, and fun fact for ya, I'm out of my brow pencil. I ran out yesterday while I was getting ready to go to church, and yeah, I'm a little stressed, but I go to town later today when I do my one client, and I'm going to stop and get a new one. Until then, I guess I'm just going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills dark brown powder duo. So I'm just gonna use the powder, and I really don't need to do much to my brows. Like right now I have nothing in my brows at all, and like they really don't look bad. Like I could go out like this. I just like to fill in like this bottom area, and I just kind of like fluff it up a little bit, like right in here. Like that's almost all I do. And this outer corner is a little stingy compared to this one, so I will put like a little bit out there. Yeah, yep, that's all I do. I usually just kind of comb it and soften it. I do the same even if it was with a pencil. And then to set my brows, I honestly just finished my Anastasia either tinted brow setting stuff, and I did not like how big the brush was, but I just wanted to finish it. So I switched to the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow, and I kind of like it. This is just in clear. It's just nice and little. I wouldn't say it holds them down as well as the Anastasia one. Like that was like putting super glue on your brows, but this works well, and it's like literally a fourth of the price, so that's cool. And now that everything is all done, I just go in and set one more time, and now I will go in and use the All Nighter setting spray from Urban Decay. Alright guys, I'm going to go do my hair. I will be right back. Alright guys, hair is done, so I am good to go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the makeup look. One last look at it for you. If you have any questions or comments, don't be afraid to leave them down below. I will definitely get back to you. Please give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed. That helps me so much. And also don't forget to subscribe down below. Hit that little bell notification. I upload every single Monday, so it'll notify you when that goes up. So I guess that's all for this video, guys. I will see you next Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye.
So my outro and everything, and realized I never showed you guys what I wear on my lips. And you can probably guess, but it is the e.l.f. Lip gloss, because what the heck is new? So
I'm not going to refill my outro or the last clip of this video, but I just felt like you guys deserve to know, as if I don't tell you in every single video, what I'm about to put on my lips.